Doug Harsh, John Jansen, Jason Avant back at the Big House. Michigan leading Ohio State 14-10. A year ago down in Columbus, Michigan trailed Ohio State 20-17. The Wolverines have been outstanding in the third quarter this year, outscoring opponents 123-14. All 14 coming last week from Maryland. But Michigan and Ohio State, the last 2 years, tight at the half. The Wolverines outscored Ohio State 28-3 in the second half last year. 2 years ago, they outscored them 28-14. And John Jansen, second half here, ready, set, puke, right?
Yeah, you got to keep making plays. And they get the ball first. They get that first opportunity to go out there, make some plays offensively, put some points on the board, get this back to a two-score game. That's going to be key number one. Key number two is you've got to find some rhythm in the run game. And it feels like a couple of those runs that Donovan had are really close to popping. And that he's almost a shoelace away. And whether it's getting somebody, whether it's a backside guard, a backside tackle, a tight end, up on some of those linebackers, even to just slow them down. You don't have to make a big block. Just slow them down so they're not flowing over the top. You're going to pop a few of those. Patience is going to be key here in the second half.
All right, Sharon Moore addressing the team in the halftime locker room. Jason Avant, what was the tenor of his message?
Like John just said, show patience in the run game. We get the ball back. Let's set the tone this half. JJ's doing a great job making plays. Let's stay the course. What we're doing is working. We'll pay dividends as the game progresses. And let's be the more physical team, smash mouth football. Defense, continue to stop the run, contain Harrison, and contest the plays. Play connected together. Make sure tackles and reads are on key. Give everything you have for this next 30 minutes. Don't leave anything in the tank. And let's play our best half of football.
Wolverines rushed for just 34 yards in the first half. Ohio State just 37. And, of course, that's how Michigan salted away the last two Ohio State games. Can they get something going on the ground? Can they pressure Kyle McCord? Well, we'll find out about the Michigan ground game first, as the Wolverines will receive the second half kickoff here in Ann Arbor. As this one sails down to Samaj Morgan, it will be returnable. He's got it at the 6. It's going to come near side across the 15. Spins as he reaches a tackler at the 20 and out to the 21-yard line, and that's where Michigan will take over following Samaj Morgan's kickoff return.
I like getting the opportunity to get a couple of returns. You mentioned it early on. We might see some of those today. Hopefully that's the last one, because it'll be the last time Ohio State will be kicking off today. But, this is a matter of rhythm on offense. You've got to find some rhythm. And it's whether it's, moving J.J. around in the pocket, don't let him sit there. Don't make him be the one that gets outside the pocket because he's under pressure. Relocate the launch point. Get him outside. Get him a clean view of the field.
Wolverines from the 21, Blake Corum in the backfield next to J.J. McCarthy in a shotgun. First play of the second half, J.J.'s back to pass. Fires, he's got Colston Loveland at the 25, 30. Spins out of a tackle, 35, across the 40, out to the 42-yard line. The co-offensive MVP of the Sawtooth Central Conference in Gooding, Idaho, with a gain of 21 as we get the second half underway.
I love the fact that it's a quick pass. Colston Loveland feels the linebacker coming from inside, dips underneath him, and then as soon as he clears that first level, there's nothing there until he gets deep into the secondary.
And we see Alex Orji in at quarterback for Michigan here from the 42-yard line. Orji looks to the sideline. He's got Kalel Mullings in the backfield. Samaj Morgan split wide right. Now they bring him in motion. And they'll go quarterback run with Orji. He's got a hole, 50, 45, 40. Alex Orji knocked out of bounds at the Ohio State 37-yard line. A little twist there from Sharon Moore. And Alex Orji goes for 20 yards.
I love it. Mentioned that, and I thought it would be with J.J., but they do a great job as Ohio State has been clamping down on that backside, pinching down. They pulled Ladarius Henderson from the left tackle position, get him all the way around. That was a thing of beauty.
Orji's going to stay in there at quarterback from the Ohio State 37-yard line, 1st and 10. Second half just underway, Michigan up 14-10. Orji takes the snap, fakes an inside handoff, runs up the middle, gets out of one tackle down to the 35, where a host of Buckeyes bring him down. A short gain for Alex Orji there. And here comes J.J. McCarthy back in the game.
Well, I like the change-up. You get just another thing for that defense to keep an eye on.
Fans like it too as Orji comes to the sidelines. Second half just underway, clock running, 13:08 to go. in the third quarter. Michigan leading 14-10. The nose of the football on the Ohio State 35-yard line. JJ in a shotgun. Takes the snap. Handoff. Blake Corum up the middle. Spins out of a tackler and down to the 32-yard line for a gain of 3. And that'll set up third down.
Yeah, Blake's gotten in kind of a habit of turning his back to the line of scrimmage. And I know that there was pressure in there. I thought, he was going to be driving through some arm tackles, but it's really hard to keep your balance when you're trying to run backwards like that. It'd be nice to see him face up and be able to make some moves inside there.
Ball's in the center of the field on third down and 5 for Michigan. JJ in a shotgun, takes the snap. Going to roll out to the right, under pressure. He's going to fire. He's got Roman Wilson. Is he inbounds? That's the question. The officials are talking it over, and we await the ruling. They're going to say catch. Wow. JJ made a play with his feet to get out of the pocket and found Roman Wilson. Michigan's going to hustle the line of scrimmage. Ohio State might take a timeout to get this one looked at.
Well, I know Ryan Day was right there trying to make the call for the official, as he's prone to do.
And we're going to get a whistle, and this one indeed is going to get reviewed.
The ruling on the field is a completed pass.
It's going to be
plays under further review.
Looked like Roman's butt hit the white line before he caught the football, which is going to set up Michigan with a 4th down and 5. And this one gets reviewed, and the only thing I can think of is that our in-house view is better than anything Fox has, but that seems unlikely.
Yeah, I don't think so, but it's, I like the fact that they came out with Orji, a little change up. We're able to pick up a 1st down. And then on this one, they actually did what I was hoping they would do, is be able to get JJ outside the pocket. Ohio State did a good job of discipline on the backside there as JJ was rolling around. They had a player in position there, put JJ under duress, didn't allow him to set up and make a clean throw, and it's probably going to cost him this 1st down.
So that'll be decision time. Do you try the 49-yard field goal with James Turner to extend the lead to 17-10, or do you go for it?
Well, this is why
So you go for it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would kind of be prone to say kick the field goal.
Here's the call.
After review, it's an incomplete pass. The player was out of bounds. It's 4th down.
James Turner, going back to his career at Louisville, is 16 of 23 between 40 and 49 yards. And this will actually be the ball be spotted right at the 40. I remember I said it before the incompletion, it's right in the middle of the field.
Well, the beautiful thing about this, if it is complete or if it is good, the fact that it is the possession after Ohio State just missed one from about the exact same distance.
Turner with a 50-yard attempt here. Snap is good, hold is good, the kick is on the way, and the kick is good from 50 yards. The Saline native, James Turner, gives Michigan a 17-10 lead, getting points on the opening drive of the second half.
It's a thing of beauty to be able to match them. They miss one, you make one. I mean, that's a 6-point swing coming out of halftime.
Ohio State will have the football when we continue from Ann Arbor. 11:43 to go, third quarter. Michigan on top, 17-10. You're listening to Michigan football from Learfield. Doug Karst, John Jansen, Jason Avant back at the big house. Michigan leading Ohio State 17-10 following the 50-yard field goal drilled by James Turner on the first possession of the second half. Tommy Doman will approach the football and kick it off, and this one's going to sail deep into the end zone over the head of Xavier Johnson. And Ohio State will take over at the 25-yard line. Kyle McCord, pretty good in the first half for Ohio State. 12 of 19, 156 yards, the touchdown, but the one big mistake which set up Michigan's touchdown, the interception to Will Johnson returned inside the 10, and that led to 7 points. But for the most part, McCord playing pretty well.
Yeah, and now you got big Kenneth Grant, Mason Graham in their defensive tackle positions. They got to use that freak ability that we've heard about, talked about, seen at times right here to be able to win up front, win some of those one-on-one matchups inside, control the run, and get after Kyle McCord. No hits on Kyle McCord in that first half.
Michigan's defense got to pressure him. Yep. As McCord will take a snap from under center, go play action, back to pass, steps up in the pocket. Here comes the rush. As ordered, down he goes. Mason Graham leading the Michigan tacklers as McCord gets sacked on the first play of the second half. A loss of 3.
Absolutely love it. And it's Mason Graham. Total effort was getting blocked by left guard. Donovan Jackson countered back inside, came around, and there was Kyle McCord. Need some more of those.
Second down and 13 for Ohio State. Fans getting into it here in the big house. Back to pass is McCord. Fires crossing route. He's got his man Harrison who breaks a tackle and will get the first down across the 36 where he's run out of bounds by Rod Moore. It was Will Johnson who let Marvin Harrison get away, a gain of 14, and move the chains for Ohio State.
Not an easy task for Will Johnson. Jalen Harrell putting some pressure on Kyle McCord, but when that happens, you've got to be able to make that open field tackle. Like I said, it's not easy. Not an easy ask, but it can be done.
Ball on the 36, first and 10 for Ohio State. They're down by 7. 10:40 to go here, third quarter. McCord in a shotgun. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Henderson, running left. He's got a little bit of room out to the 40. Or just shy of the 40 where Braden McGregor brings him down. Give him 3 yards.
Well, I like what Michigan is doing right now. They're moving that defensive line, shifting them to the right, making the Ohio State offensive line block some movement. Colson Love is right there to fill the gap.
Buckeyes go quickly. Michigan not ready. They fire a quick pass out there to Ibuka. 45, 50 into Michigan territory where he's angled out of bounds at the 46-yard line to the Wolverines. Ohio State caught Michigan sleeping there a little bit defensively.
They did. Mikey Sammer still got caught inside, got pinned inside, which has allowed Ibuka to be able to get around edge and pick up that first down.
15 yards there for Ohio State. Buckeyes going quickly for the Michigan 46-yard line. McCord looks to the sideline. Now they shift into a pistol formation with Travion Henderson deep. Ibuka now will shift into the backfield. Snap, handoff, Henderson running left. Puts his head down across the 45 down to the 42-yard line where Junior Colston brings him down.
Junior Colston brought him down, but I tell you what, Rod Moore came up from his safety position and put a big-time hit on Henderson.
Gain of 4. It'll be second down and 6 for Ohio State from the Michigan 42-yard line. They go 3 wide, split wide right. Henderson continues in the Ohio State backfield. Michigan leading at 17-10, 9:11 to go, third quarter. Pistol formation now as McCord takes the snap. Hand off to Travion Henderson to the 40, and he's chopped down just shy of the first down by about a yard by Rod Moore, a gain of 5.
Ohio State is happy to be patient, take occasional shot to Marvin Harrison, pick up 3 or 4 yards on the ground, bringing up a short and manageable 3rd and 1.
And the Michigan defense find a way to get a stop here on 3rd and short. Ohio State with 2 receivers split wide right. Henderson in the backfield, McCord in a shotgun. McCord takes the snap, handoff, Henderson, first down inside the Michigan 35 down to the 34-yard line. Move the chains for the Buckeyes, a gain of 3. Michigan opened up the scoring in the second half with a 50-yard field goal by James Turner to extend their lead to 17-10. Ohio State is driven into Michigan territory.
Yeah, I'm okay with Michigan's defense slanting and stunting when it's 1st and 10. On that 3rd and short, 3rd and 1, they slanted right out of where Travion Henderson ran, opening up a big gap.
Travion Henderson checks out of the ballgame. He's got 34 yards on 12 carries. Chip Trainum checks in. From the Michigan 34-yard line, Buckeyes have it, 1st and 10. Snap, handoff to Chip Trainum running left. Hesitates, now he's going to bounce it outside and turn the corner inside the Michigan 25, out of bounds at the Michigan 22. 12 yards for Chip Trainum.
Wow, that really looked like holding on Julian Fleming as he spun around the Michigan defender. I'm not sure who that was on the edge.
Josh Wallace.
Yeah, it felt like he was out of position, and he certainly did.
First down for the Buckeyes from the Michigan 22-yard line. Somebody in that maize and blue defense needs to make a play. Trainum continues in the backfield. McCord will take the snap from under center. Toss sweep. Trainum running left. got some blockers and gets down to the 14, check that, the 15-yard line, just shy of the 15. It's Junior Colson again on the tackle, a gain of 6 for Chip Traynham.
Yeah, this Ohio State running game is starting to gain some legs. And we got to find a way inside. Mason Graham, Cam Good's in there right now. You got some beef. Chris Jenkins as well. You got 3 big dudes in there. Got to find a way to get a stop on the run game.
Ball on the left hash as Ohio State moves towards the southern end zone. Michigan leading at 17-10, 6:43 to go in the third quarter. Wolverines up 7. Snap from under center. Hand off to Chip Traynham. Big hole, but he gets knocked down as he gets close to the 10-yard line. I believe Rod Moore was in there. Gain of 5. That's enough for a first down, however, for the Buckeyes.
This is where Marvin Harrison really becomes dangerous. His ability and body control to be able to throw it up in a one-on-one matchup. Even though Ohio State has been running the ball in most part in this drive, you can't sleep on that matchup.
First and 10 for Ohio State from the Michigan 11-yard line. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. McCord under center. Handoff. Travion Henderson to the 10, to the 5, inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. Ohio State doing it on the ground here. Derek Moore credited with the stop. Second down and 2 for the Buckeyes, who will go quickly. McCord out of a shotgun. Handoff, Travion Henderson into the end zone for a touchdown. Ohio State goes 75 yards, their first possession of the second half. And they are an extra point away from tying this one up.
Yep, 12 plays, 75 yards. Not what you want to see start the second half for this Michigan defense. They got pushed around up front. A couple of plays early. I mean, that very first play ended up 2nd and 13 by putting pressure on McCord. They decided, you know what, we're not going to put McCord in that position. We're just going to run the ball, and they ran it right down the field.
Fielding on for the extra point to tie it. Snap is good. Hold is good. And the kick is good. And oh boy, we start to get into the later stages of the third quarter, following a 12-play, 75-yard drive over 6 minutes and 8 seconds, and Ohio State has tied this one at 17. Wolverines get the football back when we continue. This is Michigan football from Learfield. Hanson.
Well, it was 7 rushes in a row after the pass completion to Emeka Egbuka. They never went back to the air, and you've got to find a way in the middle of that defense. All of those runs were between the tackles. Right now, Michigan is just getting pushed around up there, and they, with the players that they have, that's a bit of a shock. Whether it's Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, Chris Jenkins, they've got players that can make plays, that can beat blocks, that can stop a running game, and they got pushed right down the field on that opening drive for Ohio State.
Only the third score that Michigan's allowed in the third quarter all year.
Yeah, I expect the defensive staff to go in and make adjustments when it comes to that. They've done a great job of making adjustments even in game. Third quarter, I think they can shore that up.
Well, they're certainly going to need to. They got to find a way to get a stop.
Fielding will kick off. Samaj Morgan deep for Michigan. And Samaj will let this one go over his head and into the end zone for a touchback, and Michigan will take over once again at the 25-yard line. And that's where the Wolverines will have the ball when we continue with 5:35 to go in quarter number 3. This is Michigan football. 5:35 to go in the third quarter. Michigan and Ohio State tied at 17, and the Wolverines will take over at their own 25-yard line with J.J. McCarthy at the helm. 23-1 as a starter. Trevor Lawrence was 34-2. Tua Tagovailoa 22-2. JJ looking for his 24th win here today, and his second in his start over Ohio State is in a shotgun with 3 receivers split wide left. First and 10 from the 25. Michigan and Ohio State tied at 17. Blake Corum in the backfield. JJ claps his hands it off to Corum up the middle, and he'll put his head down and drive close to the 30-yard line for good yardage on first down.
That's what you got to love to see. Hey, if they're going to be physical, you got to respond with physicality. A 5-yard run on first down puts you in a great position at 2nd and 5. Opens some things up for Sherrone Moore and this offense.
They'll go 4 wide here. with Corum in the backfield to the left of J.J. McCarthy. Wolverines moving right to left here at the big house. 17-17 tie, 5 minutes to go. 2nd and 5, J.J. back to pass. Fires on a slant. He's got Colston Loveland out near the 40. What a dart and what a catch.
Yeah. Great pass by J.J. Right on time, right in the window that was open for it to fit it in there to Colston Loveland. Got to get it in before that linebacker comes across, but a great catch by Colston Loveland as well, picking up a nice first down.
Gain of 10 yards for the Wolverines. They're out to the 40. Breaking the huddle. Roman Wilson in the slot left. Cornelius Johnson wide left. Max Bredesen in the backfield. Donovan Edwards in there as well. JJ in a shotgun on 1st and 10 from the 40. Handoff. Edwards hesitates, and now he picks up some yardage, driving his legs out near the 45-yard line, just shy at the 44. Give him 4 yards.
Attacking the center of that Ohio State defense. Trying to get behind Keegan, Nugent, Zinter.
Wolverines and Buckeyes, 3:56 to go, tied at 17, 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 6 for Michigan. JJ back to pass, still looking, bounces out of there to the right, looking downfield, he's going to run, 45, cuts back inside at the 50. JJ in the open field will dive at the Ohio State 41-yard line. Move the chains again as JJ using his feet, making something happen, a gain of 15.
That was a nice job of escaping the pocket. Protection was good. It eventually is going to break down. He's able to get out. There's no holding on this offensive line. Great discipline, but using his awareness, cutting back inside to pick up that first down. Nice job by JJ and his vision.
Ball on the Ohio State 41-yard line, 1st and 10. 2 receivers split to the left. It's Tyler Morris and Cornelius Johnson. You got Colston Loveland lined up on a wing right. Blake Corum in the backfield. JJ hands it off to Corum, and up the middle, not much room there. Looked like Michael Hall Jr. swallowed him up as he got to the 40-yard line, gain of 1.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of penetration up front, and some of that penetration is coming from off of the edge. And quite honestly, Tommy Eichenberg.
Injury timeout.
They're sending Colston Loveland off.
Yeah, he's bleeding.
Okay.
All right, but anyway, Tommy Eichenberg did a nice job of hitting that gap. If you're going to be pulling linemen, pulling tight ends, you got to find a way to kick him out.
2nd down and 9 for the Ohio State 40. JJ in a shotgun. Takes the snap, back to pass. Fires underneath. He's got his tight end, Barner. Barner to the 30, to the 25. A.J. Barner is chopped down at the Ohio State 22, the Aurora, Ohio native, with a big gainer there. And we got a player down for Michigan back at the 45-yard line. That was a gain of 18.
One of the big fellas.
Timeout on the field.
This doesn't sound good. They're immediately signaling for the cart. And trying to figure out who's missing.
Yeah, I think it's Zinter.
Oh boy.
I see everybody but Zinter. I
Yeah.
see Keegan, Barnhart.
Looked like he might have got rolled up on.
Yeah, he's covering his face. It looks serious.
Here comes the cart. And that'll be a big loss for Michigan, and certainly concerns about the health of Zach Zinter.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Such an important part of this team. I don't even want to just talk about the offensive line or the offense, but he's a guy that's a leader on this team.
Zach Zinter is the Michigan player receiving attention.
And you see him got the boot out.
Yep. They got the stretcher, the carts out there, and both teams respectfully taking a knee here, the Buckeyes included. So, John, what are we looking for here? Is it Trente Jones comes in the game? Or?
I would anticipate, if they bring Trente in, they'll put him at tackle, maybe bump Carson Barnhart down. I would probably more anticipate that this will be Giovanni El-Hadi. We've seen him come in situations more at the left guard position. but especially those inside guys have to be versatile. If you're going to be a backup, you got to be able to play a number of different positions. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him come in the game here.
Oh, this is tough to see. Such a great kid, great player.
And such a bright future. And that future's still bright, but man, it's...
Yeah, you hate to see this.
I've been carted off the field before, and you never... The goal is always, hey, when you take the field on your own 2 feet, you want to be able to leave on your own 2 feet, and it is an absolutely miserable experience, and the crowd's getting into it here to support him. They know how much he means to this team, how much he means to them. We saw his parents walk out on senior day.
Yeah, and they're out there now, it appears. The whole Michigan team is now coming off the bench. Zach Zinter is laying at about the 45-yard line of Ohio State on the far side. Carter's pulled up next to him. The Michigan team is gathering on the near hash.
Yeah, Mike Hart instructed the team to come out and look after their guy. Talk about a leader on this team, being down here on the sideline and in the locker room a lot. Everyone respects and loves Zach Zinter, so they don't want to see him go out like this.
Well, this is an All-American player and will be a huge loss for the Wolverines as they continue to tend to Zach Zinter. I didn't see a replay. It looked like...
No, it's never good when you don't see a replay.
No.
And I don't know if he did get rolled up on. Somebody fell on the back of his leg. I mean, you get in piles like that, and, you know, bodies are flying everywhere.
It was definitely a lower leg injury. They covered him up so fast I couldn't see which side it was, but all the players on the field knew it was serious with one look.
Zinter is now up, and they're putting him on the stretcher, and here comes Wolverines to gather around one of the leaders of this team, a captain. Looks like his family's out there. Sharon Moore just hugged them, and now Trevor Keegan, his running mate. They've been playing together for years at the guard spots. They sit next to each other on the plane.
Zach Zinter is one of those guys that when he walked in the building as a freshman, you just knew that he was built to be a Big Ten offensive lineman, to be a guard, and not surprised at all the success that he's had. He's put in a ton of work, both on the field, in the video room, in the classroom, and he's just he's an All-American player, but he's an All-American kid.
On the whole team, it seems like everybody got their chance to say something to Zach there as they now have him on a stretcher. And they're going to roll him over to the cart. The fans, if you've been hearing him, have been chanting, "Let's go, Zach." And it's his left leg. He puts his fist in the air. And it looks like they're going to have Trente Jones out there, John.
Okay.
When play resumes here. Thumbs up from Zach Zinter. Gosh, you don't...
He's a tough kid.
I don't want to speculate, but boy, this is a tough way to see perhaps his storied Michigan career end, and now the offensive line is pointing at Zach as they start the cart up the tunnel.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they put Trente at guard or if they shuffle things around, and looks like they're going to bump Carson Barnhart down to guard, which he's a more natural fit at that position anyway.
Let's set the scene. 2:19 to go, third quarter. Michigan and Ohio State tied at 17, but Michigan threatening. With the ball on the Ohio State 22-yard line, they've put together a drive here, responding to Ohio State's drive, first drive of the second half. Wolverines with a 1st and 10 following the big play down to A.J. Barnard. J.J.'s in a shotgun. Blake Corum off his right hip. Two receivers split wide right. It's Roman Wilson and Cornelius Johnson. Inside handoff, Corum. He's got a hole. Corum breaks a tackle to the 10, to the 5. Blake Corum to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. 22 yards, and Michigan extends the lead to 23-17.
You want to honor a player, a teammate that you love dearly that just got carted off the field. You put the ball on the ground and you run it in. You run it right down their throats. I guarantee you Zach Zinter can hear that crowd cheering as he's going up the tunnel right now. It's an emotional moment for everybody on that sideline, and I couldn't be happier for this team to be able to respond and regain control and momentum after such a tragic injury.
JT on for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 7 plays, 75 yards, 3 minutes, and 40 seconds. And the 22-yard Blake Corum touchdown run, brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Such a nice job up front. Body on a body, hat on a hat. And it was just simply one man in the hole. That was Sonny Styles. Blake Corum made a miss. Not often you're going to see one guy bring down Blake Corum, and it wasn't to be on that play either.
That was Blake Corum's 22nd touchdown, adding to his school record season-high touchdown total. And he's just 2 away from the A train on Michigan's all-time list. Corum now 50 yards on 13 carries and 2 scores. Michigan leads it 24-17 with 1:55 to go, third quarter. The ball's on the tee for Tommy Doman. Xavier Johnson deep for Ohio State. As Doman puts his right foot into it, and Johnson isn't going to budge and just let it sail over his head 4 yards deep into the end zone. So the Michigan offense ran one play after the loss of Zach Zinter. And now see if the defense also inspired.
Yeah, they better play inspired football. Offense did a nice job of responding. In a tough situation to be able to come out, you get a nice long pass to A.J. Barner. A teammate, a beloved friend goes down, and then you come back with 22 yards on the next play to score a touchdown. Defense, it's time to man up.
Wolverines leading by 7, Ohio State from the 25-yard line. Under center is McCord. Takes the snap, toss sweep. Travion Henderson running left, and he's going to get swarmed under as he gets just across the line of scrimmage for a short gain. Chris Jenkins leading the Michigan tacklers.
A nice job of Chris extending his arms, taking that blocker, riding him all the way out to the edge, following the running back and being able to make the play. I mean, he started over the nose, made that play outside the numbers.
This Michigan defensive series, Will Johnson isn't out there. Mike Sainristil is lined up man-to-man on Marvin Harrison Jr. 2nd down and 9 for Ohio State. In his shotguns, McCord. Back to pass. Looking, going to fire down the seam. Abuka's out there and drilled as the ball arrives. It's Quentin Johnson who smoked Emeka Abuka, and the ball was knocked free.
I tell you what, that was a great play by Quentin Johnson. Mike Barrett was matched up on him. There was a miscommunication. Mike wasn't sure what was going on. It is not the position that you want him to be in, and that is a one-on-one covering one of the best receivers in the country, and Quentin Johnson comes over right as the ball arrives and absolutely smokes him.
3rd down and 9 for Ohio State. Fans getting into it here at the Big House. McCord back to pass. Michigan blitzes, steps up and bounces the ball short of his intended receiver, Stover, and Ohio State goes 3 and out.
I tell you what, this Michigan defense has responded. 7 runs in a row, right down the field. Last drive that Ohio State had, put it in the end zone, and they said not this time. And they've done a great job of going out there. And it is Quentin Johnson having Mike Barrett's back. It's Chris Jenkins stringing things out on 1st down, making them getting behind the sticks in a disadvantageous position.
4th down and 9 for Ohio State. Mirko's on to punt. Jake Thaw standing on his own 34-yard line. Snap is clean. Mirko's got it. Flag is down. This is a short kick. Thaw's telling everyone to get away. It'll take an Ohio State roll inside the 35 down to the 31-yard line, and we await this flag. 43 yards, but is it an illegal formation on Ohio State?
That or somebody lined up offsides on Michigan's special team. The flag came in a little bit late, so I don't think it'll be that. Well, it looks like it's going to be on Ohio State since they're going to talk to Sharon Moore.
Make him punt it again, or?
I'll take the ball right there.
Illegal formation. Kicking team number 6. 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the kick. First down.
All right, so Michigan will get the football with 57 seconds to go in the third quarter, leading 24-17 here at the Big House. And a chance to try and take control of this game. Actually, they march off the penalty. So the ball's on the 36.
Now it's an opportunity for this Michigan offense to regain that momentum that they just had on that very last drive, that 22-yard run by Blake Corum. It's about possessing the football at this point. You've got to be able to convert first downs, take some time off the clock, get into that fourth quarter and see if you can get up by 2 scores.
It's first penalty in Ohio State in this game. JJ will take a snap from under center. Donovan Edwards, alone running back. He'll hand it to Edwards, running right. Donovan bounces it outside. Oh, he just gets tripped up from behind as he gets to the 40-yard line. A gain of 4. Still a good run on first down.
Tommy Eichenberg, that's that speed at that linebacker position. He's a really good football player.
35 seconds to go, third quarter. Second down and 6 for Michigan. The ball's at the Wolverines' 40-yard line. They got to get across the 46 for a first down. JJ will line up in a shotgun. Edwards continues in the backfield. Put Roman Wilson in motion. Now JJ back to pass. Fires. He's got Roman at the 42. Spins outside to the 45. Close to the first down. It's going to depend on the spot. Ohio State throwing to the ground, and now the Wolverines are upset. They thought maybe that was well after the whistle, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. But we await this spot to see if it was good for first down yardage.
Timeout on the field.
And are they saying first down? I'm talking it over.
Yep.
Looks like they gave Michigan the first down. And that'll be, as I said, the final play of quarter number 3. Michigan will take a 24-17 lead to the fourth quarter, and the Wolverines will have the football near midfield when we continue. This is Michigan football from Learfield.